Hi, everyone. Welcome to Statistics for Behavioral Sciences. I am Dr. Jessica Gomez. I am the instructor for the course this semester. This is my first semester fully teaching this class and my second semester co-teaching it. So, to begin with, I know a lot of you are probably in this class wondering why on earth you're being asked to take a math class for a behavioral sciences major. I would like to maybe start the semester with not thinking about this so much as a math class. Our goal in this class is what I'm wanting you to see is how we can take information that we gather about people in behavioral sciences, information about their knowledge, their attitudes, their behaviors, their intentions, their lifestyles, their demographics, how we can take that behavior, how we can turn those behaviors into numbers, right? Code them, count them, weigh them, and how we can manipulate those numbers and find relationships in those numbers in order to translate them back into words to get valuable information from them for behavioral sciences. So don't think about this so much as a math class as so much as it's almost like you're learning a new language. You're turning words into numbers, messing with them, and turning them back into words. And I want to begin by telling you that in college and in grad school, my stats classes were my least favorite classes that I took. I hated them. I did not like them. I thought it was hard and stupid and pointless. And then I started doing my own research and gathering my own data and doing my own analyses and realized, oh, this is actually really interesting. The things that I can do with these numbers and the information that I can produce from these numbers. If my statistics classes would have made this more interesting, these probably would have been some of my favorite classes because this is really cool what you can do with this. And that is my goal in teaching this class, is that you will not leave jury saying my statistics class was my least favorite class, because I know what that feels like. I hate it. I was a straight A student. I was a great student. I did well in stats, but I hated it. I thought it was hard and stupid. And why do I need to take this for my major? I ended up taking about 21-ish credit hours of advanced level statistics in grad school. I have had jobs where I did data analysis as part of my jobs and wrote data reports as part of my jobs. I have research articles published. So, and I say that to tell you, I understand if I can talk. I understand the practical side of this and how this translates into real world, both for grad school and for employment. And I tell you that to tell you this. I know in the syllabus it says that one of the learning objectives for this course is that you're going to learn how to calculate some of this by hand and calculate some of it with a calculator. And some of the easier stuff you are. As we get further along, though, we are going to switch to using mostly our software because, again, I've had multiple jobs where I've done data analysis and I took 21 hours of graduate level stats classes. I did not do a t-test by hand except for in my undergrad stats class. I am far more interested in you having the skill set to know, here's the data I have, here's the information I want to get. Which statistical tool do I use to go from point A to point B? I am far more interested in you being able to look at it at an output of your data analysis and look line by line and say, this number means this number means this, I can interpret this in this way. I want to use our time doing that versus you having to do math problems by hand over and over and over. Because knowing when to use what test, how to run the test using the statistical software, and how to interpret the results is going to be far more practical and helpful if you're going to grad school, if your job is ever going to involve data analysis, or just for being able to be a good consumer of information. And whenever you see some clickbaity thing online about, whatever stupid nonsense, that research shows that people who do this are more likely to do this, you actually being able to look at that and know what they did and if that's an accurate interpretation of information. So we are going to do some stuff by hand, but it's not going to be a ton, and it's not going to be anything that's super difficult math. So what I would tell you is, if you are sitting here already frustrated at me and already hating this class for the sheer fact that it is a math class, I would ask you to please give me a chance before you've automatically decided that I am your least favorite person for the next 8 weeks. Also, speaking of that 8-week timeline, this is a super accelerated timeline for this class. I was looking at old course reviews for this course, and one of them, when the class had been taught in 8 weeks, a student had said this is an ungodly amount of information for 8 weeks. And it is. Unfortunately, there really is no way to condense it. There are 2 discussion boards each week. There are 2 assignments each week. Most weeks. There's a couple exceptions in there. Because we have to cover 2 chapters a week, and we need to do an activity per chapter because of the way it builds on each other. I need to be able to see if there's a chapter that you just didn't get it. If you've taken a class with me before, you know a lot of times in my accelerated classes, when we cover 2 chapters per week, my method is normally to have like a combined discussion board, and you pick the one you want to answer to, and then you reply to ones that are opposite of the ones that you picked, so that I can at least see you're getting the information. There's just too much content in this class to be able to do it that way. And trust me, because like I said, my goal is for you to not hate this class. I have spent hours sitting here at my computer in my little basement home office / workout room / kids art station, rearranging the syllabus, rearranging our course page, trying to find a way to condense some of this more. And it's as condensed as it's going to get, and it's as streamlined as it's going to get. So that being said, here are my tips for succeeding in this class, because I know some of you are in this class as retakes because you tried it before and it didn't go great. 1, if you do not have to take this class accelerated as summer, or if you start the first couple weeks and think, okay, I cannot keep up, please know this class is being offered again in the fall as a full term. So if this is moving too fast, if you can fit it in your schedule in the fall or in the spring, I'm teaching it in both. There is no shame in saying this is moving too fast. I need this class to go slower. I'm going to try a different semester. So I want to start with that. How to be successful in this class. Number 1, I post lecture videos for every chapter. Some chapters, I post like 8 of them. The reason for that is there is some content that I feel like your book explained really well. There is some content that I think your book made a little more complicated than what it needs to be, or just the wording of it was really complicated. So I post lecture videos for each chapter. Some chapter, there's lots of them. Take the time to watch those. I promise you, I did not spend hours making those videos because I think it's cool to hear myself talk about statistics. Okay. I like I said, I want you to not hate this class. I want you to find it interesting, and I want it to be doable. So please take the time to watch the lecture videos. That's going to be the first thing. The second thing is, and again, speaking of the course load in this class, I know a lot of you have had a lot of experience with online courses. And when it says, if you were taking this class in person, you would normally be in class 3 hours a week and be doing homework about an hour a week. So make sure you're setting aside that same amount of time for this online class. I know a lot of you have taken online classes and read that in the syllabus and heard that in all of your jury materials and think, okay, yeah, I have my 2 hours on Sunday night to do my homework. I'm good. This is not that class. And like I said, I co-taught the class last semester, and it's been taught several years before this by another faculty member. And in going over some of the old course evals to try to figure out, like, how can I make this class as good as it can be, one of the common complaints was, when it's taught in an 8-week block, is I work at full time. I get called in for overtime. I'm taking other classes. I have young kids. I don't have the time that is being required for this class. And that is valid. This is not a class that you're going to be able to do everything in a couple hours on Sunday night. It's not going to happen. And if that is the only time you have to set aside for this class, again, I would recommend maybe looking into taking it in the fall or the spring, because you are going to need more time for the coursework for this class, taking it accelerated summer semester. You just are. So please make sure you have the time set aside to devote to this class, to watch the lecture videos, do the readings, do the practice problems, and do your 2 chapters a week of the discussions and the homework. Speaking of Sunday nights, I pride myself on timely responses to emails. I will get back to you same day or next business day during the week. But like a lot of you, you take online classes for a reason. I teach online classes for a reason. I have 2 young kids. I don't guarantee weekend fast email turnaround time. I try to do an email check during the weekend, but I can't guarantee it. So I say that to say, please do not wait to open your chapter assignments until Sunday evening at 5 o'clock when they're due Sunday at midnight, because I cannot guarantee an email check Sunday evening. I can't. And I've had students in other classes before, and also co-teaching this class last semester, that got frustrated because they opened the assignment Sunday night, had questions. It was due Sunday at midnight, and could not get a hold of me on email or Discord or the Canvas Messenger, because I was logged out. And the frustration was, then I could have done well on this assignment if I could have gotten help on it. So please make sure that at least by Friday morning, you have looked at the assignment so that you can ask me any questions that you have. Make sure you understand what you're doing. I am happy to help as much as you need help. We have the online office hours in Discord. Please utilize those. We can set up a meeting. We can email. Just make sure that you've gotten in touch with me before the weekend if you have questions. As a recap, assignments will always be due Sunday at midnight, except for the final paper. That one's due during the week just because of how finals week falls over the summer. Your discussion posts, your initial post will be due by Thursday night, and your follow-up post will also be due Sunday by midnight. I think, last thing, the course textbook. I had sent out an email saying it wasn't going to be available because it was not going to be available online through Drury Direct. You were going to have to buy it. This is Monday morning as I'm recording this first day of class. I got an email late afternoon on Friday of, hey, guess what? It's on Drury Direct. So I got that set up this morning. If you want to use it on Drury Direct, you can. If you want to use a hard copy, you can. If you've already bought a hard copy, if you ordered it to have it for the first day of class, you can opt out of Drury Direct if you can't exchange your hard copy or if you don't want to. I think that is all I have. Please email me with questions, comments, concerns. Again, my goal is that you don't hate this class. I realize you might not love it. I realize you're sitting here thinking it doesn't matter how good this class is, I'm not going to like it, and that's fine. I don't want you to hate it. I don't want it to be a horrible experience. I want you to find something this semester that you can find interesting. So email me if you need to, ask any questions that you need to, and I will be talking to all of you soon.